Episode number 14. Brought to you by the City of Atlanta. Atlanta. Fuck roads.
Space pigeons are in my podcast.
Space Pigeon Radio, featuring the Sonz of Acworth, podcasting now, close to Acworth, Georgia.
We ready to go?
Uh-huh.
Hey! Space Pigeon Radio! What? 14! What's up? Oh.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Highway fire! Oh no! Don't drive into that hole! Highway fire! Oh no! Don't blame that crackhead! Highway fire! Oh no! Don't drive into that hole! Highway fire! Oh no! Don't blame that crackhead! Atlanta roads are jammed every day, even without large sections broken. How we gonna survive? Don't tell me with a MARTA token. Driving 2 hours just to go 4 miles, cause no one moved those material piles. Google Maps don't lie, no. Hey, it was because of this wino. Highway fire, oh no. Don't drive into that hole. Highway fire, oh no. Don't blame that crackhead. Highway fire, oh no. Don't drive into that hole. Highway fire, oh no. Don't blame the crackhead. Stay safe. There's a giant hole in I-85.
Can't go southbound, can't go northbound. You're gonna have to turn around.
Scapegoats benefit Commissioner McMurray. Russell McMurray must not be in a hurry to go anywhere in Midtown. GDOT burning up the ground. Fire! Giant fire!
Call the DOT! Bruh!
Yes! Space Pigeon Radio! Hello! Welcome! Space Pigeon Radio.
Stay off them highways.
Number 14. Unbelievable.
Highways and byways.
Exceeded expectations.
Here once again with us on Space Pigeon Radio. First of all, let's say welcome to Christopher Jones.
Hi. Hi.
Yeah.
Mr.
Hi.
Jones.
Hi.
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 You got Mr. Crowe over here.
Wherefore art up?
You got Mr. Irish Mike McGinley.
Hello.
And you got me, Ryan Fuquay. Hello.
Hey, Ryan.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Ryan.
We're in stereo vision.
Hi, Ryan.
There's a camera over there and a camera over there. There's one over here. There's one over there. And for you people that aren't watching, hello. On your ears.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. So there was a fire on Cheshire Bridge today as well.
Really?
Did you hear about that?
No.
Yeah, it was below one of the one of the train tracks.
It was the exact same thing.
Pretty much. Yeah. Was that the same
giant,
thing?
It wasn't the same stuff, but it was a fire underneath a raised highway.
Yeah. And so
We just need to all write letters to Commissioner Russell McMurray of the GDOT.
Yeah.
And say, hey, what gives? Why are you leaving all these materials out?
Yeah.
They should definitely keep that skate park though that they discovered.
I heard that. That's awesome.
It is that people knew about, that most people knew about, except for them.
The that on ramp under there, when it was going down, I was like, because I've gotten on that so many times because Sweetwater's right there, and you get right back on 85. And like it reminds me of in the Dark Knight movies where they go under those bridges in Chicago. I guess it's supposed to be Gotham, but it was just anytime I come out of that, I always have like the Batman, like the fucking Nolan Batman theme in my head.
The Undercity.
Yeah. So like an explosion under that. I mean, like that kind of happens in Dark Knight anyway. So I'm like, okay, I can see it, sure.
And then I was thinking, who's going to build a city on top of an existing city too? But I guess we did that.
Yeah,
it's layered. Yeah. That's all of downtown Atlanta too, by the way, is like elevated.
Yeah, I think this event should normalize working from home.
Yeah,
we should just stop commuting to work.
Two things. I think that for sure. I think it should normalize it, or at least make it more acceptable at certain jobs, but most jobs actually, any office jobs. But also, I think it should expand MARTA.
Yes,
because the MARTA station across from my office is full for the first time I've ever seen it. Like the whole past week, it's been like it's a parking deck, and it's the one at Perimeter. It's like six or seven stories, something like that, and it's completely full. It's all the way to the top.
But
it's insane.
And I thought the same thing until somebody shot 4 people today at a MARTA station.
I saw that.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not.
That puts a damper on it a little bit. We've talked about driving and trains, and then for planes, the United Airlines guy. What I love about all that is the guy's shrieking scream when he was getting dragged off the plane.
Yeah.
Like.
Well, then he came back. When he came back, that's the video that I was like, he came back on and he thought he was going to get his seat. I don't know if they just knocked him crazy, but he runs back on and he's just bleeding from his fucking head. And they're just like, and he was holding on to the curtain. Did you see this video?
It's like a zombie movie.
Yeah. He's like, I just want to go home. I just want to go home.
But I don't understand. Like, can't you, like, if the whole point is they say it's best practice that these airlines overbook on purpose, expecting that some people aren't going to show up. Can't you have it incentivize somebody else to say, all right, here's $80, sorry, or $90.
Well, no,
the first person who takes it.
It happened on Delta.
That,
yeah. Well, they offered him $800 and nobody volunteered, so they had their computer just randomly pick people. But Delta, they had to do the same thing because of all the fucking delays and shit.
$800, nobody took it.
Yeah, $800 and nobody took it.
But
Delta, they offered somebody $11,000 and they took it to get off the plane.
Of course,
because who the hell wouldn't?
But if I was that,
there's a price.
If I was that dude, I would go $800. Let's talk. Like, let's go up, go higher. And I guarantee you, they would have probably done it. Like, if you said $10,000, they'd probably do it because if those people that were on that, that were the crew on that other plane, they'd have to cancel the whole fucking flight.
Well, now it's fucked because like now everybody knows the game. Like it's been in the news so much that they're gonna come on the plane you're on and they'll be like, anyone want to take $900 to get off this plane? Like. Keep going, motherfucker.
But what are the
I know you're
chances
not going
it's
to
going to
drag
be
me off.
overbooked like that again?
They're not going to do that again. They'll change the rules on it. Every airline will change the rules because, I mean, fucking. Did you hear what they said today? United lost stock prices. It's close to like $1.5 billion.
Yeah,
that's insane. Just because of that one thing. And if they'd paid that guy, if they would have came out and said, "Dude, we'll give you $10,000," who's not going to say like, "All right, that's fine, $10,000. $10,000's worth my fucking time."
Yeah.
You know, nobody's. It doesn't matter how much that guy's making.
Well, here's the other thing too.
If
If it was overbooked, right, the guy who they dragged out of his seat, he was already in a seat.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I don't understand.
Whoever's not in a seat don't get to get on the plane, in my opinion.
Well, what they should have done is if they would have known. They should have known. All right, like X amount of people have checked in.
That's the plane flying over there.
All right,
X amount of people have checked in. You know, they're at the gate. We know that these people have checked in, so we know these people are showing up. They should have already been in the process at that point when they're at the gate. Before they shouldn't have let anybody onto that plane.
Yeah. No,
they should have been like,
it's a hell of a lot better to say no, you can't get on the plane than drag you kicking and screaming off of the plane.
Yeah.
Didn't you talk about this with Mark Pellegrino?
Yeah,
on
so
Twitter?
this was my celebrity Twitter friend is Lucifer, right? And so we have a chat sometimes, and
that should be the name of your solo album.
Well, he doesn't fall. He doesn't fall for the tricks. Like
Chats with Lucifer.
Yeah, he doesn't fall for the tricks. Like we try to sucker him into commenting on the podcast, but if you ask him questions about libertarianism, he's going to answer. So I was like, hey, Mark, he was saying, he sent a message to one of his friends, and I said, Mark, whose rights would a libertarian fight for in this case? Like, it sounded like he was saying the airlines over the passenger. Which
that doesn't sound right.
Which is what I would think a libertarian would say, though.
But no, I wouldn't say that they would side with the company. They'd side with the individual, wouldn't you think?
You would think, but a libertarian party, like American Libertarian, I would think would say, well, if you don't like gay people, find another baker. Like they tend to go that way with the company. So like I pushed back a little bit. He had something to say. It's him that I talked to and one of the writers for Mr. Show are my pet celebs.
Nice. So who's the guy from Mr. Show? Was he on the show ever, or was he just a writer? Because most of them I think were on. I
think he was an associate writer. He was more visible on Kroll Show. He was the judge character in one of the Kroll Show episodes, John Levinstein.
Okay.
But you see him in Gaptooth a lot.
They just came back on, speaking of Mr. Show, with Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
And, if you're watching that, it's good. It's like more Breaking Bad.
I heard
just
it was...
keep it going.
I've only seen up to like 2 seasons. Like I have season 1. I'll watch that every now and then. And I haven't seen season 3 yet.
They're on 3 right now, right?
They're
4,
on 3.
Or 4?
This is 3.
Okay, yeah. I've seen 1 and 2, and they're good.
Yes.
It's real good.
Yes.
I just rewatched all of Breaking Bad recently. And it's even better the second time. Like,
did you find yourself saying, like, getting to season 3 and saying, all right, I'm going to fight through this fly episode? And because I know what's ahead
I love the fly episode. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
That guy's making the new Star Wars.
It's a writer. Yeah, he is. It's a writer's episode. Well,
it's a challenge, right?
Yeah.
But, so we got Chris Jones in the house, who, for those who don't know, was the director of Space Pigeons the movie. For listeners of Space Pigeon Radio, we did actually try to make a film.
If you want to call it a movie.
Improvised a film while we were in college.
There was a plot.
Let's try to figure out what the plot was. I think it started with Matthew Hinkle getting a space pigeon to fly up his ass.
Mm-hmm. That was the character intro, right?
Yeah.
There's a bird in my butt.
He's running. He's running along in Kennesaw State University.
Yep.
There's like a POV shot of a space pigeon like flying, and it zeroes in on his asshole.
Yep.
And then it flies in there.
Emily shrieks.
It's not. You can't. To be clear, you can't actually see his asshole.
Of course, no, it's his pants.
Yeah.
But the implication is that the space pigeon is flying with such force that it penetrates right through his pants and goes into his ass. So then later on that evening or something, like Mike is like shouting about oil prices and OPEC on top of a table.
Yeah.
And people are listening to it.
Yeah.
And
Amy Stage is there.
Yeah.
Amy Stage is there.
Amy there, yeah.
Amy Stage is there. There's a guy that looks at the camera and goes, shoot.
Yeah.
I wonder
And
whatever happened to that guy.
What guy was that?
He was just a random
some
guy
guy
at
in the
KSU
student center.
who was there.
Do you still have that video?
Yeah.
I want to watch it. I haven't
No,
seen
you
it
probably
in a long
don't.
time.
It's really
Us
bad.
talking about this was just a trick to get you to have to find it so we put it in the video.
I know where it is.
We need some clips to put on the video. And then I think later on, Tyler is involved because Matt Hinkle started exhibiting signs of madness from the space pigeon inside of him.
I remember that.
So Tyler is kind of like his caretaker. He goes to me as a doctor, like a weird doctor, in a classroom. I've got like an overhead projector with like Spanish, and I'm saying I'm calling him. I'm saying, hey, Mr. Einkley,
Yes.
or Mr. Heinkley,
Mr. Ankley.
Mr. Einkley, you're crazy. You have space pigeon in you, or maybe I don't know it. And then Tyler carries Hinkle. He smashes him through a double door.
Yeah.
With blonde hair.
Mid movie, doesn't his hair turn into like it wasn't totally blonde?
His hair changes platinum blonde in the middle of the movie with no explanation.
Wait, did he die?
Luke under a newspaper.
Yeah.
Luke, I forgot all about that.
Yeah, he did.
That happened.
Luke was hiding under a newspaper.
Yeah. He was hiding in a trash can with a newspaper on his head.
Yeah. Then I turn up as an investigator, and I have this weird interview with Emily trying to figure out what happened. And then Tyler's a Russian guy.
This is not far off from the plot of Tusk, I feel.
It's pretty close.
It's not that far off.
Tyler's a Russian guy, and he says, "Asta Mayavich,"
which he insisted meant put down your weapons, but apparently it means fuck all.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't mean anything.
And I think that's everything that we did.
Yeah.
The studio pulled funding.
That's all I have.
We were never able to finish it.
We had high hopes for this thing. We were gonna try to rent out a room at US Play and show it to people, even though it was shot.
Lock the fucking doors and make people watch it.
Even though it was shot on a camcorder, and very often you could see the date and timestamp on the video.
That was down there.
So
did we try to retcon that into the?
We should have. I don't think we got that
far. This is found footage.
It's a found footage
from 2000.
We were doing found footage movies way before found footage movies were a thing.
Exactly.
That was before Blair Witch, I think.
No, it was after.
Was it after Blair Witch? All right, never mind then.
Blair Witch was a long time ago.
Blair Witch was a long time ago.
That was in the 90s, I think.
Yeah. We did have a Blair Witch reference in the Rene Descartes.
The Rene Descartes video, yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you? Where are you, Rene? Where is he? Wait, where is the map? I left the map in the river. You idiot! You idiot! What did you do that for? What is wrong with you? Leave me alone! No! It was useless! Wait. Those fools! Burying the Blair Witch Project and all like it's been done before. You know what I'm saying, yeah?
Yeah,
I want to learn
was actually
mathematics. That was one of my favorite things. You walk up to the porch.
That was very good.
I want to learn mathematics.
I want to learn mathematics.
And Chris helped us with the amazing Appetite for Murder video.
That
which also
is still in production.
What else do we want to see?
What else has John worked on that we want to see?
That's got me in the KFC, right? Me and...
yeah. You at the KFC.
Dressed in a tuxedo.
Eating chicken, wearing sunglasses.
Returning from a funeral.
I like it. I like it.
Right.
Oh,
yeah. That's right.
With a tuxedo.
Someone poured a fucking Wendy's Frosty on a grave, I think. In the shooting of that video.
There wasn't actually any Frosty in it. It was just an empty
They just
cup.
left it. Okay, it got left on a grave.
No, we picked it up afterwards.
The implication from the video was that it got left on the grave.
Yes.
So now, what kind of videos are you really kind of? It's motion graphics is the thing.
Yeah,
Yes?
that's part of it. Yeah.
What's it like doing motion graphics?
It's time consuming.
Yes.
It's I don't know what words I'm supposed to use. It's just, I sit down and do a thing. I don't really think about how I am going to explain it to other people.
Yes. But what comes out at the end is three-dimensional effects sometimes. Sometimes two-dimensional with animation.
That's
Usually
right.
three-dimensional, if I remember.
And you guys worked at the place with the medical.
We did.
The medical thing.
God, I told him I was like just make your excellent stuff, and I'll worry about people barking about the time that it takes because they're going to see how great it is. So he made this. We made this video saying, okay, here's going to be the new features in the new release, and so we wrote the scripts. We went back and forth, and he made this ornate photograph of all these buildings falling from the sky with a little bit like bounce on the ground, and arrows and flying through the air, and it was great, and it was in the video.
Yeah.
And
that was like I was working like because I wanted it to be awesome.
Yeah.
So I was working like 14-hour days, just.
And I approved it.
Not because
Steve signed off, and then the CEO like looked at it and said, "Why are we doing this? Take this off." Like it was done and out there.
There was like one thing, like one feature that wasn't ready yet or something.
No, there was a feature. There was a feature, and we'd always done this up to this release. There was a feature that he said was going to let the competition know we had. I was like, well, you've been. Wouldn't you like to let prospective customers know you have it? Like, wouldn't you like to let existing customers know you have it?
But what at a basic level were they selling?
Software that doctors use to like schedule you and let you know if you.
When you go to
insurance.
the doctor's office and there's like the person behind the desk and they're like, or when you call them, they're like, why do you want to come in?
Yeah.
When do you want to come in?
My dick hurts.
Let's go over a visit to the doctor's office to see the medical workflow. When Mike calls to make an appointment to see a new doctor, he speaks to a front office member. They collect basic info about his identity, insurance coverage, and demographics. They add him as a patient into their computer system and book the appointment.
So it's like very boring software, but you were able to make it sexy and interesting.
Yeah, that was
with
the
your
challenge.
motion graphics.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's maybe the most boring software on earth.
It could very well be. I don't have experience with every single piece of software in the world, but
Yes.
I have an idea that
It's up there.
It's
Well,
up
our
there.
boss too. Like when you did the no, you're not doing it right, and I said, I know who my person is that needs to
Yeah.
keel over.
Yeah.
Is Steve Wooten, and he was our boss. He was my boss, and
That sounds like such a generic, like, I work with that guy, Steve Wooten.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds like...
Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did this video that was totally inappropriate, and it's still up, and we should, it's still up.
Inappropriate.
And when he was in charge of the marketing messages,
Italian one?
Yeah, the Italian one, where it was about you want to know who your biller is and you want to know what their credentials are. And he did this one. He's like, wouldn't it be funny if we did like a caricature of a guy that's in the Italian mafia? So you get this video. Goes, hey, I'm Tony DeLuca, and he got a letter from like a defamation like group or from the Italian Americans don't do this anymore club.
Hey, leave the guns, take the cannoli.
Yeah, you can't beat that with the bat.
Yeah.
And and it's still up on the no longer approved official channel.
There's a guy.
I want to see this. I want to see that video. Is it up on YouTube or something?
It still exists. Yeah.
Talking about inappropriate. It's not really inappropriate, but it gets under my skin. There's a guy who, like, my company's now huge because there was a big merger, and there's just like it's a gigantic company, and there's a guy who's now like in the lead for my region. And he comes in to like do the first big meeting after the merger and like get everybody in the office together and start talking about all the exciting things to come. And he is the type of guy who curses because he thinks it makes him cool in the middle of these big company meetings.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, we're going to show you some fucking awesome work.
Oh, Jesus.
And
just so edgy.
You know, he said, and I took note of a thing he said because I couldn't believe he said it. He was talking about how not everything's going to be good all the time. Now, this is a quote. He said, you know, some days are not going to be better than others. He goes, not everything is going to be midgets riding unicorns shitting Skittles every day.
Thank God.
Yeah. What?
So
you said that in a business meeting?
Yes. In front of like, and no laugh, no anything, just no, it's like, what the fuck?
You know what I'm saying, guys?
You know he wrote that down.
Yeah,
He rehearsed that.
I'm
going to
say the midgets riding unicorns shitting Skittles thing, and they're gonna love it.
I feel like he was telling his wife that like the day before. He was like,
"This is like
you're the one with the midget, sweetie."
This is like 100 people in the room. Okay.
Jesus Christ. That's fucked up. Like the only time I've ever been in like a meeting, like a business meeting where somebody's used like swear words is like if they're upset. Like they're pissed, they're legitimately pissed off. Like, because that's really unprofessional to say something that retarded.
Yes, I would think so.
I feel like our boss did it on purpose a lot whenever there was a new person that we hired just out of college to let them realize, hey, you're an adult now and it's okay to say shit in the boardroom.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, see,
kind of like trying to make them feel comfortable because it's casual, but incidentally making them feel uncomfortable because you're swearing at them.
Right.
Yeah.
Like also when we used to say when we interview somebody, and he would say, "We're so glad you're here. You know, I was just telling the boys we needed to get some more estrogen in this office."
Oh Jesus!
It's like, dude, that's not correct. Don't.
Talking about so inappropriate stuff too, right? Like I was about to tell you this earlier, and I said I'm going to save it for the podcast.
I don't want to hear it. Yeah.
So I had to get one of these cables from Ken Stanton Music the other day, and next to Ken Stanton Music in Marietta is the Cobb Antique Mall.
I've been there,
Mm-hmm. You guys have been there?
Yep.
So when I went and got my cable, I was like, well, I got a little time to kill. I'm going to go walk through the Cobb Antique Mall a second and see if they have any good antiques.
Yeah.
And I walked through, and it's gigantic.
Yeah, it's fucking huge. Yeah.
Like, you go in, and it just goes on and on and on. Mm-hmm. Just old shit, and older shit, and even older shit. The deeper you go. And I started passing a couple of, kind of Confederate kind of things. Like, there's a Confederate flag. Okay. There's a little, this and that. And like, you see a couple of them here and there. So I'm like, okay, it's a little bit like that. And then I go over and they've got like old records. So they've got they got a bunch of old records, but the one that's like prominently out in the stack where you can see what's on the record is one that says Richard Pryor, that N-word crazy. Like, and it's like right there where you can see it, like as if
that's awesome.
Look at this.
Yeah.
So I think
bought it,
it's
right?
a kind of a racist establishment, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, I don't doubt. Yeah. They got the serif letters up top.
And now when you walk outside, you got a clear view over to like you were saying, the Colonel Sanders face that is now on the side of the Big Chicken.
Yeah.
Devastating.
It's like the Big Chicken's wearing a shirt of Colonel Sanders on
it doesn't
him.
make any sense.
Yeah.
Like,
or it's like those damn European soccer leagues that wear Toshiba.
Well, no, the new soccer team, the United, theirs is American Family Insurance. It just looks
shittiest
like,
name too. Atlanta United Football Club.
Well, because there's like 4 or 5 Uniteds in the fucking soccer league.
What are we going to call ourselves?
Soccer.
I know.
Yeah.
The city, the thing everyone else says, the thing we are.
Yeah. Are we divided or united? What do we do? What do we name the team?
Fuck that.
Well,
I'll say it's good they're there, but fuck that name.
Yeah.
I don't watch soccer, but maybe I will one day. I don't know.
I'm going to the game.
I thought that they would, like, at one point, wasn't, like, Terminus in the running for the name? That would have been
awesome.
The Atlanta Terminus?
Yeah.
Well,
Arthur Blank's like, no, I don't think so.
No, I
too
don't.
Too much Walking Dead.
That's entirely too much tuna. No, like, what was I gonna say? Shit. Oh no, I'm going to the game with Fitz actually at the end of the month. I'm going to the soccer game, and I literally know nothing about soccer. I know that it can end in a tie, and it can end in a 0 tie, and that's retarded.
Like between soccer
like
and polo and water polo and basketball, it's all the same. Hockey, it's like get the thing over there.
Yeah.
This many people could stay on this side, but these are the limbs you use.
And
it's like air hockey, but no lesbians.
And people go crazy when there's a goal.
Or like field hockey. I'm just like air hockey.
I was trying to figure out. I thought it was just slow. Like,
you're like,
what?
Do lesbians play air hockey?
Is that like a well-known thing, and I'm just out of the loop?
No, that's table hockey. You remember that story about that time that I went to? We what's that place we played in Decatur? Jake's Roadhouse. Then, right?
Oh, yeah. I took a picture of that when I passed by it recently. It's an antique mall.
I used to live right next to it. Yeah,
and it's when I had gone there this one time. Like I walked in and I looked over to the side, and there were 2 people like viciously playing air hockey, and they were in a uniform that looked like bowling shirts. And this was before the movie Napoleon Dynamite, but the guy had all of the mannerisms of Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
And looking back on it, I walked up there and like they were so serious, and he had like what looked like a bowling ball bag, but he put his puck in there. And I was like, "What is this? Is this professional air hockey?" And he says, "Professional table hockey."
Get it right.
Thank you. I was like, what the hell? Professional table hockey? Are you kidding me? And I watched them play, and it was crazy. I said, I think I'm pretty good. I'd like to play. I'd like to see how I am. And then I get up there, and I grab the mallet. And as soon as I hold it, the guy goes, look at him. He's using the Topeka Southpaw. Like as a specialized grip. He's using the Topeka Southpaw. And like... was like, what the hell? And then I went home and he gave me the name of this documentary on YouTube about the seedy underbelly of professional table hockey and
there is no seedy
and the
underbelly.
drama. You know, watch it. It's on YouTube. I'll send you the link.
Okay.
But yeah,
I need to see this.
Professional table hockey. It's crazy.
We got we got the season tickets to Six Flags again this year.
Oh. I didn't know you did that last year.
Taking my child. Yes. Well,
Cool.
it's so damn cheap. You can get them for like, $67. That gets you Six Flags and Whitewater for the whole fucking year. So if you got children, that's the way to go.
Right.
So we went and just did a few things to picked up our passes and rode a few rides. We got on the merry-go-round, and the merry-go-round there has that old 30s style design.
It's close to the bumper
aesthetic.
cars.
Yes. Yeah. It's the bumper cars are gone now. By the way, they got rid of it.
Fuck that shit.
To put in the Justice League motion simulator.
All right, I'm all right with that. I'll allow it.
I'll
allow
it. So yeah, we were pissed off though too. Yeah. We were like, fuck. But anyways, so old 30s style merry-go-round with weird shit designs on it and everything, and I observed. There's a carriage. There's like, how you have horses and then you have that stupid bench that you can sit on if you're old. So the bench on the side has, things engraved into the side of it, like statues and things like that, like old, cherubs and things. Yeah. And then one of the things that's there, besides the cherubs, is a statue of Jesus Christ making out with a topless woman.
Shut up. Did you take a picture of it?
Purpose?
Yes.
What?
I want to see it.
Give me a second to pull it up because I didn't think about pulling it up before I talked about it.
How old is Six Flags?
Old,
like it's pretty
it's
old,
not like
right?
big
it's not on my phone anymore because I backed it up. I'll show you the picture.
Like Oswald Cobblepot
so
shit.
you look at this thing and they actually have a topless woman making out with Jesus, and you can see her nipple if you get close enough to it.
I mean, the Jesus I know is all about pussy.
We were, yeah. Well,
which one is that?
I've read the Bible. I mean, come on, guys.
He doesn't
like the gays, obviously. Like he's all about the pussy.
This was Freaky Jesus.
Freaky Jesus.
I don't know if I think Jesus likes the pussy.
I don't think that he does.
Not even his dad did.
Dude.
Freaky Jesus.
His dad didn't either. You're right.
That's a good point.
Freaky Jesus. We had Dark Jesus on the other episode. I guess it's okay to do Freaky Jesus. Freaky Jesus. Freaky Jesus. Freaky Jesus, seeing everybody watch him make out with a topless lady. Anyway, that's dumb.
Yeah, it is.
I was all ready. I got my new sounds. I got my new situation here. I was ready. I had banjos. I had clarinets.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you about the robot.
Yeah, I built that robot. It has light up eyes. Yeah. It has moving mouth.
Yeah. I like how your cat was in it in the one video.
Well, we built the one robot a long time ago for a Sons of Acworth show. Yeah. And I was like, my son is very interested in puppetry right now. He's been watching videos about Jim Henson. He wants to be a puppeteer.
Cool.
And so...
did you take him to the Center of Puppetry Arts yet?
Yes, he's been a couple times. And so I always like building things like that with him. And it was a double purpose because I said, I can use this in Space Pigeon Radio video because we did a song about a robot. So there's a new robot.
That's pretty awesome. What'd you use for the eyes?
Those are little those shot glass red cups with little LED flashlights you get at Walmart behind the eyes.
Awesome.
Yeah. And slinkies for arms again, the same way.
Of course.
No, I recognize that.
No,
the Tom Servo arms.
Yeah, there's about to be new.
Tonight,
are you staying off work tomorrow to see Mystery Science Theater new episodes?
Not going to stay off work. I've seen the first episode.
How the fuck did you do that?
I was a backer.
You're a backer. That's why.
I was a backer.
Well, was it good?
It's good. It's good. It's the movie they do is really fucking funny and stupid. It's called what is it? It's about a lizard that they find. It's a Dutch movie, a Dutch sci-fi movie from like the 50s or 60s. It's pretty ridiculous.
Is it weird to see Mystery Science Theater with new references that aren't super fucking old, like 25 years old?
It's like you can kind of tell. My one pet peeve, I guess, or one like thing I'll say about it is like they haven't got the pacing right of the jokes. They've got all the segments correct, and like it's funny, but it's just not like. I feel like episode 5 is gonna be way better than episode 1. You can kind of tell, but it's still really good. Like it's still funny, and it's definitely you can feel like Joel, I guess, is behind the whole thing. It's not Mike this time. You know, Mike doesn't have anything to do with it because he's doing riff tracks, and neither does like the guy who was Tom Servo. No, the 2 guys that were Tom Servo, or 2 guys that were Crowe. It's like whole new people. Joel was the first one. He created the show. But but you can tell that he's got a lot. His hands are all over it, because it's very, very Joel
quirky humor. And shit.
Real quirky, like which kind of fits the comedian. Was Jonah Ray is the guy, who's the host now. But he's kind of like I hate saying hipster, but like that fucking kind of younger, almost millennial generation kind of. But it's funny. It's pretty funny. Like the pace again. The pacing's just a little
sure.
But it was really good. It was really good. I guess all of them are going to drop tomorrow, I think.
I think they are.
12 episodes.
It's like a binge situation.
What is this, Netflix?
Yeah. Netflix. That was the highest funded Kickstarter of all time. Like $4 million, $14 million? So I can't remember what it was.
On a Kickstarter?
On a Kickstarter, yeah. It was like broke all records.
That's big bucks.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick break, and we'll come back with more Space Pigeon Radio.
Okay.
Hold on to your dicks. Space Pigeon Radio.
The most beautiful piece of chocolate cake that you've ever seen, and President Xi was enjoying it. And I said, Mr. President, let me explain something to you. This is during dessert. So what happens is, I said, we've just launched 59 missiles heading to Iraq.
Well, you headed to Syria?
Yes, heading toward Syria.
2 for 1.
You die. You'll die.
Murder, 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 murder.
Come on down to Mar-a-Lago. Come on in and take a seat. For only $200,000, you can eat some spoiled meat. Come on down to Mar-a-Lago. You can schmooze with the chief. He's gonna drop some bombs on people while you enjoy some moldy beef. Come on down. It's a very happy club. We will treat you very bigly. The goose and fresh foie gras is really meatloaf from Piggly Wiggly. We've got golf courses and so many lovely, lovely chicks. You can just harass them. Hey, there's Ha-Ha Clinton Dix.
Come on down. 2 for 1, my guy.
enter the nuclear code.
I'm having this delicious chocolate cake. It's so large.
Anytime you're ready, Mr. President, go ahead and just turn your key and enter the password.
They're the best steaks you've ever had in your life. They make your head spin.
I think that's the dysentery you're talking about. This meat is not fresh. I'm sorry. Health inspector was just here. There's 13 violations. We've got to do something about it.
They're so luxurious. They're huge. They're huge. Huge steaks.
Huge. Well done. With ketchup.
Listen. Look. This dessert is delicious. I just killed 5,000 people. This dessert is fucking great.
The chocolate cake is just so moist and so decadent and so delicious.
The secret is we put pineapple in it. And nobody does that with chocolate cake. But we do.
It just blew me away. It just blew me away.
You've never seen that before.
It's unbelievable. The chocolate cake was so moist, and the bombs were so deadly.
Chocolate cake bomb.
Obama. Ooh, I wanna fuck ya.
Welcome back to Space Pigeon Radio. That was a song for you.
Song for the ages.
Song for you about Mar-a-Lago Resort. They just had failed health inspection violations. It's an actual fact.
Did it actually?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. They did, and I didn't get to read about it because have you ever run out of news articles that you can look at from like a certain website?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why. Because I feel like if something is not quite interesting enough,
yeah,
I won't click on it just because I know I'm going to run out of free articles to look at from that publication.
Right. Like,
so
like
I really need to weigh like how interested I am in something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're limited to how much news you can find important or interesting enough within a month. So it's like, oh, well, I don't know if there's a tornado coming because I read that shit about the resort closing.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're closing the restaurant at Mar-a-Lago?
No, they just found health violations and they're just gonna keep serving people. I guess I don't know.
It's
the fucking president. That doesn't matter.
The majority of kitchen people who work in kitchens are of Mexican descent. So I'm just saying they're probably fucking shit up because they're like, we're gonna get them eventually.
That was a trap. The whole thing was a trap.
Evidently, they couldn't even organize Easter. Like I read that. The first lady is supposed to, order all these Easter eggs for the egg hunt at the White House, and she was supposed to do it in February and didn't happen. So they're all they don't have Easter to even happen correctly.
I mean, what's their deal?
Yeah,
the wife and the kid.
Are you? Can you ask that much from like a Playboy model though? Like, is that like?
Well,
yes.
I mean, is she
you should be able to.
I guess. I don't know, but Yeah, it was. I saw Sean Spicer. I saw him right after they dropped the bomb in Syria today, and or not Syria, in Afghanistan. Who were we bombing at this moment? I don't know. So like, I was watching his brief for a moment, like on my phone, and he was like, "Yeah, there you go."
Jeez,
really loud. And he was like, at the beginning of it, he starts talking about, and it's like CNN's like live feed of it, and it's like, beginning of it, he starts talking about the Easter thing, and he's like, and he's hate fucking the whole thing. Like, he's just like, just like every year, we're going to do the Easter thing and blah, blah, blah. And we have 16, these commemorative fucking Easter eggs and blah, 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 blah. And then it was like all these people commenting on CNN. And it was like, we just dropped a gigantic bomb on Afghanistan. We're talking about Easter eggs. What the fuck is going on? And
even like, Hitler didn't have Eater eggs.
Even Hitler killed him with kindness, right?
Hey, guys, have you been to the Holocaust Center?
Dude, he called the concentration camps Holocaust Center.
It sounds like a damn gift shop.
Yeah.
We had a wonderful afternoon and very educational at the Holocaust Center today.
Christ. Like, how do you fuck up that bad unless you're purposely fucking up?
We found out what temperature human bone melts.
Oh, Jesus.
Very educational.
Yes.
Like, I like when he was like arguing it too at one point, like in the clip. He's just like, no. It's like, well, he didn't actually like inflict it on his people. And then he was like, you could see him thinking, and he's like, oh no, what am I doing?
I got an alert on my phone the other day, like the news alerts that happen, and it said, this is what it said. It said, tensions mount with North Korea. Charlie Murphy dies.
Yeah, dude.
Fear Factor comes back.
Yeah.
And I was like, Charlie Murphy dies, Fear Factor comes back. Yeah. Every time a celebrity dies, does a shitty show come back on television? Is that what happened?
With Joe Rogan?
That was in Trump's. That was when he was running. He said that. He's like, okay. He's like, when a celebrity dies, like an old celebrity dies, then one of the old shows comes back too.
Yeah.
It's like the regulation thing.
I know.
I'm kind of expecting, like, because of all the insane shit that's happening, that there's going to be like a new kind of notification that's built into my phone. But there's like, okay, just in case there's like obliteration of San Francisco in an earthquake, we're going to have like code black, like alarm. I'm just waiting for like my phone to make a noise that it's never made before.
It shouldn't get equal weight with like Snooki went to the bathroom. Like,
it should
alert.
be scaled. Yeah. Like
thermonuclear birds are in the air.
Like it should make like skeleton emojis like fly out of your phone, like in your face, like
You could turn it off right next to the kidnapped children.
Yeah. That's like at the airport when you're just walking around and then the guy over the speaker says like, "This is an emergency alert from the whoever the hell runs this shit." And you're like, oh my God, something terrible just happened. Oh shit, we're all gonna just stay here for 2 weeks because we can't go anywhere. And it's just, did you pack your own bags?
Elderly woman lost in the concourse. who left their grandmother?
Really inappropriate way to introduce, like, you can't have the Galaxy Note 7 on you.
Did they ever stop those things from blowing up?
I don't think so. They just
threw them all away.
Oh,
is that the ones CeeLo acted like blew up? Yeah,
the what?
The CeeLo. Remember the CeeLo staged a phone exploding?
Yeah, that was for some like new thing he's doing.
Oh, he's like not raping women or something. Is that like a new thing he's doing?
Since the last time.
Since the last time. He's like, I swear, there's 100% less rape this time.
I'm CeeLo, I swear.
Yeah, I don't know why I gave him a fucking New York accent. I'm stuck in the Trump fucking accent. Everyone gets a fucking New York accent.
We're gonna have a Dungeon family reunion. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. But I want that. I really want that.
Here's my Jimmy Stewart. It's wonderful. It's great. Wow.
My James Cagney. Yeah. It's so great. It's wonderful.
So great. It's wonderful.
Tear down this wall, Mr. Gorbachev.
Yeah, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
I saw this thing the other day. They some geniuses somewhere made an AI representation of Bob Ross. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I have not seen that. No.
So what that is they took They fed an artificial intelligence computer, because they have that now. An artificial intelligence AI, like Skynet and Terminator. They fed information into it, and they fed it so much video of Bob Ross and audio of Bob Ross that the computer was able to visualize its own interpretation of Bob Ross video and talking, and it looks tremendously scary.
Yeah,
like an acid trip, like Bob Ross. It's Bob Ross, but he's like got like patterns exploding out of his face and everything. Like,
how do they know that's what the computer sees?
Because the computer's telling you that's what it sees. It's saying,
isn't that the same thing that like people who were doing where
the Google
like
thing?
A few months ago? Yeah, the Google thing where it's like it's trying to find patterns. And everything looks like a bunch of dogs and frogs and
dogs
shit.
with wings.
Yeah, this thing looks. It looks like it does. It looks like an acid trip. It's just. It looks like who's the artist? Fucking the.
Timothy Leary.
No. Fucking Tyler used to have on a snowboard.
Alex Gray.
Alex Gray. It looks like an Alex. It's Bob Ross standing there, and it looks like an Alex Gray
with
painting.
Alex Gray patterns and shit
all
like
over him.
flying out of his face. And
it's pretty awesome.
But the scariest thing is the way it talks, because it like tries to. It basically it.
I didn't see that part.
No, it is like absorbed all of the audio of Bob Ross ever talking on the show. But the computer can't form words for some reason. So it just speaks in what sounds like Bob Ross's voice, but unintelligible dialogue.
Well,
so it's like, and it sounds just like Bob Ross, but it's like the computer trying to form like sounds as if it was Bob Ross.
What if this is the thing that pushes the AI into like just like I need to destroy all of humanity? Like,
it could be.
This is it.
But it would be the scariest villain we've ever faced.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Not at all like
fucking
the
turns
Matrix.
into Ultron or something and destroys us all.
You know, speaking of Bob Ross, Sonz of Acworth did a song about Bob Ross. Let's listen to a clip.
Pull out my brush, stroke your ass, put a cabin on your lower back. Mix the blue and the red while you give me some head. I'm an artist with so much raw passion. When you climax, we'll make the trees happy. Put on the gloves, Bob Ross, making love. Put on the gloves, Bob Ross, making love. Put your hands on my throat as we go down low. Your back is my canvas, your heart and soul. In my wonderland of paint, you can be my perfect cream color. As you lick my taint, you will be my muse. Put on the glove, Bob Ross, making love. Put on the glove, Bob Ross, making love. put my pain inside you. I put my pain inside you. I'll come back later.
Don't worry about it. We don't make mistakes. We just have to sort of make the decision. Take your knife. Where we want the little strings to come from.
Yeah, when we were practicing and then they showed up from their weed picking session that they did together.
I didn't know you could do that.
And we're back from listening to the clip of Bob Ross.
Wasn't that great, guys?
Hey,
holy crap!
Can't believe that didn't top the charts on iTunes.
You know, it's funny. I still, at this point, I still have not ever heard that song.
Oh. Well, when you hear this
it.
podcast back,
Didn't just hear it?
you will have just heard it.
When the first time I hear this song will be before I said I haven't heard this song. Or after I
breaking
said,
my mind.
That's why I can't talk right now.
You guys know this guy? We're doing this election in the Georgia 6th, right? They won't
Ossoff?
shut up
The
with the
fighting
damn commercials.
Ossoff?
Sixth.
There's Ossoff, but then there's the Republican field like clawing at each other to try to be this like the second person in the runoff.
There's like 11 of them.
I'm going to vote my ass off. I've seen those shirts. I've seen everything.
What?
Yeah.
Take the hill, but Karen Handel can't do anything. But Dan Moody's an old man who wears a sweater. It's like they're like at each other's throat. Dan Moody's my favorite because he's got this theme song, which is like a dopey clarinet, like.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one.
And it's old Dan Moody likes to rake his front yard, wears a Mr. Rogers sweater, and he's really simple. He's really quiet. Yeah.
Dan Moody.
I'm Dan Moody.
Has spirit cooking dinners.
President's got great ideas. I'm just a real simple man who's sitting on his porch who likes to drink iced beverages.
There was. I think it was that guy. But there was one that came on the other day when I was watching the news.
You don't want a too crazy man. I'm a really simple man who likes to sit in a screened-in porch to keep the flies off.
Well, he said the one guy he sounds like he's a real effeminate Southern guy. It sounds like this. He's like, well, Weish Fowler is a very good man.
Weish Fowler.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Bob Barr is just a piece of shit. Like
Weish Fowler. Do you remember like long time ago?
Jon Ossoff is a liberal devil.
Yeah.
He has friends that are liberals and they're giving him money.
Yeah.
That is not allowed.
Yeah.
Jon Ossoff knows Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah.
Like,
Sexually.
In a biblical
sense, he knows her.
Yeah. Sins of the flesh.
He has been in the same room as Nancy Pelosi.
He does actually say, like, friend of has been in the same room as Nancy Pelosi.
Republicans. Remember the Bible? Well, Jon Ossoff doesn't. He's a liberal douche. Don't vote for him.
They don't have anything to
He's
say.
a soulless cunt.
I like how they drag out the YouTube videos of him during that Star Wars play because he was in college. He's like 30 years old.
Yeah. He is literally 30 years old.
Like young enough to have college footage on YouTube that they can rifle through.
Why do you want a child to be your congressman?
This man had fun with his friends on YouTube.
Do you want somebody?
He's not allowed to be in the Senate.
He's a man-child. Jon Ossoff needs to get his ass off the fucking ticket.
When is the Tuesday? Okay, good.
But it's in the 6th, and I've been seeing a lot of people pass around old maps of the district that include, like, I would have been in the 6th where I am right now, but I'm not currently. So, like, look for the new lines. I'm not in there.
That's a part of the
voting for
the redistricting.
I'm not in the district. Am I? No.
What is it? What do they call that? The redistricting that they did.
Gerrymandering.
Yeah. Those tricky Republicans.
Gerrymandering. It's a bitch that this year hasn't been like last year, but it's a bitch that Don Rickles died. I didn't like that.
Did die. And Charlie Murphy.
And
Charlie Murphy. As dead already.
Yeah.
But Don Rickles
Don Rickles was
90 something.
90 something.
He was old.
Yeah. He was. But Yeah.
I know you guys don't notice this, but I used to be Mormon, right? Like, it was some time ago.
I don't notice.
Was there some sort of change?
But you guys don't notice, like, Mormon things.
that.
I guess there's a little piece of my heart is in Utah still.
I do remember this.
And so I pay attention to what's going on, and it's a bunch of really old white men, like the fucking crypt keepers, like slithering around, barely being able to speak. And the current like president is like gonna go any day now. I swear, like he looks like
the president of.
He looks like a
Mormons?
fucking raisin.
There's a Mormon president.
A Mormon president?
Oh yeah, well there's a leader, and and his title. Well, he's a prophet, but his title is president.
He's a prophet.
Yeah,
but he needs another title.
Yeah. But he's also he's a prophet, seer, and
I want that on my business card. It says prophet.
Prophet and president.
If you're a prophet, you don't really need to.
Yeah, I think you cover it. Yeah,
but like it coincides with like the resolution on video footage is getting really good. Like you got 1080p going. Like I saw pictures of old Mormon presidents, and there's like, well, that looks like an old man in an old time. But now you could see like plasma seeping out of his eyeballs. He's trying to like, please lift me up. I'm gonna. This is probably not real.
So he's basically the Mormon Pope.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. Learned something new today.
Yeah.
Who would win in a fight, the Catholic Pope or the Mormon?
The Catholic Pope, because he's like
president?
30 years younger.
True. And he has a lot more accoutrement.
Yeah, he's got more weapons.
I would love to see that fight.
Yeah.
Huh? He's got a staff. He's got that hat.
I will fight you to see which religion wins.
Yeah.
Because
the
winner is the winning religion.
He shoots like
tonight in the octagon.
The Pope.
The Pope
versus
the Mormon Pope.
The Mormon Pope.
Versus the son of the Scientology guy.
Yeah, that guy. The is he the head admiral or something like that?
Miscavige or
Commodore Miscavige.
Yeah. Dude, did you watch Going Clear?
Yeah.
That was fucking
I've seen that,
frightening.
and I've seen the one by Leah Remini, that show, and
the King of Queens chick.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
You guys ever
I've never
driven?
seen that.
You guys driven past the Scientology place in Atlanta on Roswell Road?
I've seen it.
Every time I drive past it, they have a big old banner out in front that says "Open House," which is scary as shit.
Yeah,
like open one way.
Yeah. Come in.
It's like in New
Come
Jersey.
in, please.
How many Thetans do you have? How many Metachlorians do you have?
Do you like John Travolta or Tom Cruise?
Not really.
Are you a fan of Days of Thunder?
There.
No.
Do you know the secret of Days of Thunder?
I like the lady at the beginning of the Going Clear one. It's like she knew Travolta all the way back to like Welcome Back Kotter. And like she talks about that, and she's like, John was a really close friend of mine, and then he got pushed away because the Kasevich guy or whatever was like, no, you can't hang out with the celebrities, or you can't have a real life. Like
that's a higher level.
Yeah. You're on the fucking, your Thetan levels are way higher than your Metachlorian levels right now.
There are too many UFO demons from the volcano surrounding you.
Too many volcano demons.
What about the Moonies? What about, hey, do you remember the Nuwabians?
Hey, what?
I remember the Moonies.
Well, they're the Nuwabians are the pyramid black nationalists in Georgia that have the pyramid.
Yeah. What about the Raelians? Do you remember the Raelians?
No.
Do you remember that? They claimed that they'd cloned a human being. Do you remember that shit? You remember that shit?
Was that the same people who the reptile people?
Yeah, they were the reptile
okay,
people.
I remember that.
And they were like, it was like, God, it was a while ago. It was like maybe 10 or 15 years ago, and they were like, they had held a press conference. It was actually on, like, I remember seeing it on CNN, and they were like, you know, here's the sheep that we cloned, and we've cloned a human being, or something like that. Yeah.
Wait, there was Dolly, the sheep.
Yeah, no, but they were like, they brought their own sheep out and said, yeah, we've done this, and we've cloned a human being, by the way.
Just bring out a sheep and a person and say, these are cloned.
We got to ease them into human cloning. Right? Like, we grew an ear on a mouse's back.
Yeah.
We cloned a sheep. We got an elephant and mammoth. Also, here's a fucking copy of Liam Neeson.
We'll take a quick break. We'll be back. More.
All right.
Space Pigeon Radio.
Question of
that.
Yeah. No. Yeah, there you go. That's it. Go back. No. Yeah, there you go. That's it.
That's Polish to me.
Oh, that's that. There's a lot of like horn section to it, like. Y las mariposas. Y las mariposas.
We're back. We want to give a shout out to Henry Bravo.
Henry Bravo, Henry Bravo, Henry Bravo, Henry
My
Bravo,
friends,
Henry Bravo,
Henry Bravo is a person. Henry Bravo, Henry Bravo, Prince
Henry Bravo.
Henry Bravo.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you. A salute to Henry Bravo.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to
For all your
Space
support
Pigeon
over the
Radio.
years.
Thank you.
Any other shout outs while we're doing shout outs?
To the good ones.
All the good ones.
All the good ones.
Jones is having a thing coming up.
Yeah.
What?
Jones has a special.
Jones is having an
announcement.
occasion, a matter of occasion on that evening.
Oh yeah.
An occasion.
Yeah.
What's going on, Chris Jones?
Oh, just hanging out.
Hanging out being Chris Jones.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
As he does every day.
Am I totally panned to the right now? Sounds like.
Yeah, you're panning
It's a little,
hard.
it's a little group offset.
I fixed it. Big news!
Big news! Do you
What? We're still talking about me.
Yeah.
Do you have some sort of celebration? Do you have some
I thought
sort of
you just
fanfare?
saw something on
Fanfare?
Twitter.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it's going to take like 2 weeks to edit this. It's okay.
All right. Yeah. No. I'm getting married on the 22nd, and so I can't go to Topgolf.
No. That is a really good reason. Marriage!
Being married! Awesome.
All right.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes. There's a good sandwich place called
It's called Segway.
called Earl of Sandwich.
Cut.
There's a place called Earl of Sandwich.
Oh, fuck you.
that makes-
Earl of
So you
Sandwich.
can't just come. You can't just go
That's the
full
guy.
circle like that.
There's a sandwich place called Earl of Sandwich in Phipps Plaza that is great. I went there and had this thing that has sandwich with chicken and pineapple. It was like the best thing I've ever had. It was very good. I was in line the other day there, and these guys were in front of me. These two business guys in line in front of me, and the one says to the other, "This place has really good sandwiches." The place is called Earl of Sandwich.
Yeah.
Why would it not?
Yeah.
They
So
have really good Earls.
Oh, yeah.
So
I've heard this place is pretty good.
unbelievably, Earl of Sandwich has great sandwiches, and I recommend everybody go there because it's like the only one in Atlanta.
That's so far away.
Is this episode brought to you by Earl of Sandwich?
I guess so. Earl of Sandwich, everybody. Earl of Sandwich.
Open one up at the Brave Stadium.
Why not?
Hey, you know that new Brave Stadium nobody asked for?
Yeah. It's here.
I know.
There was a story. There was a story about how traffic got snarled on 75 because a whole truckload of
Tomahawks.
foam tomahawks fell on the road.
And it was right in front of the stadium, yeah.
Yeah.
A bunch of Chipper Jones clones. Got
Chipper-Jones. Chipper-Jones clone.
How does that happen?
I'm going to the game on Saturday.
Jones clones.
Oh,
On
you are?
Saturday?
Going to the game on Saturday. It's the second game.
Not Friday, because
Fuck that.
computers bought all of the tickets.
Yeah. No, well, they did a pre-sale. That's what the people are really like, because they did the
Yeah,
pre-sale.
they got like some kind of special.
Well, I signed
coupon
up.
or
All I
something
did
or
was
whatever.
sign up for like updates on the Braves site like a long time ago, and they just sent out an email saying like a week before they were like, "Hey, if you want to buy tickets before they come out, you can buy them the day before they actually go on sale." So everybody did that, like that had that and bought multiple ones, and then the fucking the scalp sites bought all of them up too. So like the people that usually were buying them, they were like, "I'm waiting on Friday," and then they get on. There's no fucking tickets, like. Yeah.
Do you know that
they're all complaining?
They're having a Star Wars night at the Braves Stadium?
They do it every year.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's a thing?
They do it around Dragon Con.
I was like...
They do it at the Hawks game, too.
Why am I'm here to see baseball.
Yeah.
You're going to blend Star Wars into my baseball.
No,
Remember, that's when they did that full trailer during that NFL game. Because they're like, well, people are going to be watching.
The Venn diagram of sports fans and Star Wars fans is
well, the reason why they did it,
Right.
the reason why I think they originally did it was because it was the weekend Dragon Con was in town, and they were like, let's try and get some of that business over here. And it's like 98% of the people who go to Dragon Con aren't into sports, so it's probably the business model is a little flawed.
You're right.
But at the same time, it's baseball, and there's a lot more baseball games than there are, say, football games.
Well, and the Hawks thing, they do it at the Hawks game too. Like,
more families go to baseball is sort of like a nice picnic and a nice first.
Yeah, well, I mean, like you can go to you can go to a baseball game and not even pay attention to the baseball.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just like it's just an outing.
You can just
I've
hang out
drunk enough to
hang out
Think
in the
of
chop
it
house.
like that. Yeah, hang out at the chop house or do cosplay.
We should do a Space Pigeon Radio night one day when I have money.
Yeah.
Space Pigeon Radio night
We
at
should
the Braves.
broadcast from the parking lot.
We're
Speaking
here.
of the parking lot,
Yeah. Yes.
So you can see the stadium from the parking lot at my office.
Yes.
Oh wow.
And the other day they were like they're actually using the parking lot as Braves parking.
Oh wow.
So the other day they were testing the sound system,
Uh-huh.
I think, and you can hear everything.
Really?
So who's playing? Billy Joel is playing there like
And
in a couple weeks
Yeah.
or something. I think we could just go sit in the parking lot
yeah.
and listen to Billy Joel play
But
music.
do we want to sit in a parking lot and listen to Billy Joel?
I'm already going to be there,
Oh,
so
yeah,
it doesn't
you
matter.
Might as well, yeah.
Michael, do you know any Billy Joel songs?
I gotta think of one.
9 o'clock on a Saturday.
I gotta think of one. I got a keyboard in front of me. I gotta think of one that would suit the occasion.
Shuffles
Sing me a song
in.
of the piano man. Fucking
Play a song, fucking asshole.
You see the picture of him that looks exactly like Anakin Skywalker? Where
Billy Joel?
Yeah, where
Yeah, I
there's
have seen that. Yes,
thing of
I
him
know
where
what
he's
you
got
mean.
the harmonica attached to his shoulders and his totally bald head.
Oh, you mean old burnout fucking...
Yeah, like you were right. Like that guy, and it's like from a distance.
Right about me. Tell your sister. You're right about me.
When I turn into a ghost, I will be young me.
yeah.
That motherfucker killed children.
Star Wars.
Isn't Celebration happening currently?
Yeah, they're doing it.
There's this
Star Wars
fucking
Celebration?
trailer has to be happening. Like,
Trailer will be coming out soon.
like I was so on top
By the
of
time
it.
this podcast published, people will be, oh my god, have you seen that trailer? You see what
Yeah,
Luke Skywalker
probably.
did?
I haven't seen any of these movies.
Star
Google
Wars?
I
pushes the
haven't
news
seen
on
any
me.
of the new.
See, it's a space
movies.
opera.
Okay, right.
That's a good genre.
It's like Bohemian Rhapsody
Yeah,
in space with lightsabers.
With lightsabers. It's
Okay.
just like that.
What have you seen? What have you? I know.
What do you know?
Yes. What have you seen?
Battle.
I haven't
between-
seen any of the brand new ones.
Okay.
How many are the new ones?
There's like
there's two
of them so far.
Okay. So you saw the prequels though?
Hinkle, yeah, I saw
Okay.
all of those.
Yeah.
Hinkle brought over the DVD of like the first newest one.
Hinkle.
And
what's going on with Hinkle?
then he left it there, and then he took it home, and we didn't even get to watch it.
Yeah.
What's the scoop on Hinkle?
He lives far away. That's it.
That's it. That's all I know as well.
Remember when we tried to have him on this podcast and it went well?
Hey,
Well, it didn't help with having
Just leveling
also
up.
like 16 other people in this room.
Did you know that
Didn't
they're
really help.
plastic straws? They're not going to make them out of plastic. Yes. Well, it was an
we haven't
experiment.
tried calling him in a while.
True.
Maybe he's got more.
Maybe
to
that's a
talk
good
about.
reason. I was looking for that reaction out of you.
You're right.
Yeah, that's correct.
I would like to see Matthew Hinkle. I've tried to get him to do things. I tried to get him to go see a movie with me sometime a couple of weeks ago, and he had to work. He always has to work.
Does he still do the night thing when he gets the on-call from, like, does he still moderate
I don't
the
think he
chat
does.
rooms?
I don't think he does. He's like a supervisor now.
Yeah,
He took.
he has his own office.
Yeah, he took the job. It used to be my old boss, who shot at the police and went to
Lightsey.
jail. Lightsey, Mike Lightsey. Yeah, you've heard of him. He owes me $250 from fantasy football, and I was gonna collect the money, and then he got arrested,
And then he was in jail.
and he was in jail. So
Oh.
yeah, so
And then I think there was somebody after that who was so stressed out that their bones fell apart or something.
whoa,
Like
I don't
it
know about
was-
that.
It was
From RDS.
yeah. Same
All right,
place.
sure.
Bones fell apart. That's what that makes me say. Is you know, I finally watched the shitty new Ghostbusters.
Oh really? How was it?
I had no.
What do you think?
intention.
How many
gonna watch it? In
How
the
many
first
musical
place.
numbers are there?
It was really worse than you could imagine.
Really? I want to watch
Really?
it now.
Even
I wanna watch it.
worse?
Yeah, it was really
It was
even
worser?
worse. It was bad.
Is there a movie you've seen recently, anyone that has been better than you wanted it to be? Or, like, better than you expected?
I
watched something with Legos recently. I was like, well, like, how can you make a damn movie about
Was it
Legos?
a Lego movie?
Lego Batman?
No, before there was like
the Lego movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Will
was
Ferrell.
That was good.
Yeah, that was great.
I was like, oh, serious, and I was like, well, okay, I can't be mad at that.
Well, I watched it. I watched it on Airplane,
that's
and I
fine.
was like, and everybody was talking about it, and I was like, that's bullshit. And I sat and watched it, and I was like, this is actually really good. I was like, I like that movie.
You see a bunch of memes from the Leslie Nielsen Airplane movies since the United.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Where he's-
like they just are relentless and they won't
Yeah.
let up.
yeah,
No.
They won't stop.
yeah.
Did you see that there's Joss Whedon's going to make a Batgirl movie?
Fuck you.
Because we want that.
Out of all the people that would make that movie,
If anybody could, he probably could, but it's like...
Yeah.
I'm glad it's him. I'm glad if it's going to be made. I'm glad it's.
Why
Ross.
not make a good Batman movie?
No, fuck that. Like nobody really wants
Joss needs
that.
to be like
Nobody
set
really
up-
wants a good Batman
set
movie.
adrift.
Yeah. Why
They're not
would you
going to
want
make...
Set adrift on Joss Whedon.
I'm pretty set in my ways at this point. They're not gonna exceed what's been done with Batman movies.
I don't know about that.
Zack Snyder's not going to do it.
No, Zack Snyder won't do it. But whenever they reboot it again, which will happen in 5 years or something.
2.
Yeah. Well, what was it? Affleck is, I guess, in rehab or something, and they said that's part of the reason why they
Isn't he
haven't
directing
moved.
it?
No, he's moved away from that now, and they've got the guy who did something is doing.
I
it.
wonder if Penguin will be in the new Batman film.
I wonder as well. What would that sound like, Michael Crowe?
I don't know. It'd probably be different than all the other penguins you've ever seen. How come every time you see the
Whack, whack.
character penguin, it's a totally different guy? It's like totally. There's no consistency, right?
Yes, it's different every single fucking time.
I'm the penguin.
Like the first.
I'm gonna be
I'm
a
Penguin.
guy.
The first one. The
I'm
first
an
one
arms
is.
dealer.
Yeah. No. The first. It's like. Wah, 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 I got that, Matt. I'm saying this because I said this to you guys earlier already.
That's
No,
okay.
I was there.
Hey,
Broke character, goddammit.
hey, you motherfuckers didn't hear it because we were on break.
Yep.
And then they did Danny DeVito. I'm a warped the monster, right, with fingers like this for some reason.
Yeah.
And then there's the Gotham guy who's just like some guy with a fucked up haircut and a limp. And then they did the video game a while ago, which was just like oh, I'm penguin, mom's dealer. And like the newest one is like in this newest video game. It's like it's still like this Cockney British guy, but he's like fashy, sort of like, this is my park, I own this, isn't it? I'm the penguin. Totally. I'm also, hey Bruce, remember last time we met here under these circumstances? And he's wearing a gas mask.
I think the reason
is this the what video game are you talking about there?
Arkham something.
Arkham something.
But I think the reason is he's a retarded character in the first place.
Yeah,
but
I'm a guy who has.
Why is he always British?
Penguin-esque tendencies.
He's not British on Gotham. He's just like non-binary or something. Like
probably right.
Okay.
No, I think they actually came out and said that.
I can't stand Gotham as an origin.
Stupid.
I hate it.
Stupid. Yeah.
But I love Bates Motel, which is almost done.
I need to catch up on that.
If you guys haven't been watching that, they took the movie Psycho and then they said, well, let's make an entire show out of Norman Bates becoming Norman Bates from Psycho, and let's set it in present day. And it sounds, when you hear all that, like, oh, this is going to be a total piece of shit train wreck. But they actually did a very good job, and it's a great show, and it's almost over, and I love it.
But there's so many like prequel or like character like origin story spin-off series that are named after the location. So you had Smallville, you had Gotham, Bates Motel. I'm going to count as a location.
Well,
there's there's lots of others.
Yes,
I can't think of them right now, but yeah.
Did they do one with where does Spider-Man live? Did they do one of those?
New York City, Queens.
Why do they
King of Queens?
King
that was
Queens.
The origin story.
That was the origin story. Yeah,
Spider-Man.
Fat Spider-Man.
Why do they keep making Pirates of the Caribbean movies?
Because they make a shit
ton of money. It's just the Transformers movies the same way. They make a shit ton of fucking money
because they're so stupid.
They are stupid.
Yeah.
The first one was kind of okay. Like, it took me years to watch the first one, and then I finally watched it. It was kind of like what you were talking about, Crow, where it was like, I watched the Lego movie and it was okay. Like, I was talking shit about the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie. I was like, how can you make a fucking movie about a goddamn ride? And then I watched it like years later, like after being, and I was like, well, that's all right. It's not that bad.
I think like these kinds of movies are just how actors plan their retirement, right? It's like, all right, we got to set Johnny Depp off into the sunset.
Yeah.
What can we do? 7 movies about a pirate.
Oh, Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this in every film.
Yeah.
I've never seen any of those either.
Yeah. I mean, like, as I said, it's not bad. The first one's not bad. I haven't seen any of the other ones. It's like Fast and the Furious.
No,
Fast and Furious is the same thing. Like, I've seen the first one, and I was like, that's not that bad. But I've never seen any of the other ones.
It wasn't street racing.
It wasn't awful. Yeah.
It didn't make me mad watching it.
Yeah,
it was just like, all right, that's a movie.
I don't understand how you can make 7 of them.
I've seen all 7 of those
Fast and the Furious
movies.
Why?
Just said, hey, let's see what this is all about.
If they're like 90 minutes long, then it's not. Yeah, it's not like a big investment.
Yeah. Some are funny, some are terrible, some are a little bit of both.
Oh no, I've seen the first 2 because the second one is the Japanese one, and it has the guy with the fake Southern accent.
Yeah, nice.
It was the kid from Sling Blade, wasn't it?
Well, they got to a point where like fucking Kurt Russell shows up and everything. It's just like, yeah, I mean, if you
Snake
stick
Plissken?
with it, if you stick with it, you'll see Snake Plissken. I was just rewatching Escape from New York.
Great
I love
movie.
that shit.
Yeah, Escape from LA was kind of ridiculous, but
that was too much.
Yeah, it was a little too much, but
didn't they land on top of the World Trade Center?
Yes.
In the future.
Yes, in the future.
It's totally unrealistic.
What about Big Trouble in Little China? That was a good one.
Oh, I love Big Trouble.
Remember that guy blew up?
Yeah. Remember when that guy blew up?
Death Proof
was good.
I dressed as Death Proof for Sonz of Acworth Halloween.
Yeah. Was it Stuntman Mike?
Stuntman Mike.
Yeah. That was a great movie.
It was really good. There's a lot of good stuff.
There's good things in the world.
If you know where to look.
That's right.
It's good things.
What's good coming up that's new that you guys think?
I don't know. I like watching Black Mirror. You guys seen that?
I need to watch that.
Season 1 I've seen.
Have you watched Mr. Robot?
I've seen part of it.
It's good. It's good. The First season? How far have you gotten into the first season?
I watched a lot of the first season.
Watch?
Not all the way.
Not all the way? Okay. Yeah.
I think that
Keep watching.
series is probably like, well, you've seen the first episode, so I'm like, somebody was like, wouldn't it be great if they did like a prime minister that fucked a pig?
Oh, yeah.
And then they're like, God, well, our idea has happened, so now we got to keep this series up somehow. So it's like, well, we'll just do an anthology.
Did the actual thing happen before the series or after the series? Like the actual, wasn't it based on like?
I don't know.
Well,
like that's what I
haven't
heard.
Seen it, but I know that sounds like something that did actually.
Yeah,
happen.
there was something like
I hadn't heard that.
I forget what, like it was on a podcast or something. Maybe it's not true. I don't know. I'll have to actually look.
Where they made the prime minister fuck a pig on TV?
A similar sort of. Maybe it wasn't like a fucking a pig. It was some sort of.
Because I haven't seen this, so I don't know exactly what you're talking about. But there was a thing where David Cameron, the former.
Is that Kirk Cameron's brother?
No, it's not. He's the prime minister, before Theresa May, and he was in some kind of club, like some cooking club in college.
Okay.
And part of like the hazing ritual was like sticking your dick in a dead pig's mouth.
That's what I think it is. It's it's loosely like I want to say.
Sorry, continue.
Jesus Christ.
Are we all still alive? Why? What was that? Why did all of that?
Still doing it. Why is it still doing it? I don't understand.
Are we on the next level of?
It shouldn't do it.
Of thetans or
There's
whatever?
no reason. There's no reason it should do it when I plug it in like this. Why would we do it?
Can you help with the motion graphics for the post-production of this? Because we should make this like really psychedelic.
Tell me what to do and I'll do that. Need some.
Everyone. You look sexy.
Thank you.
You got those Sigourney Weaver lips.
Oh, thanks. You come around here a bunch. I'm here all the time.
I like those Sigourney Weaver lips.
Oh, thanks. You come around here a bunch.
I like those Sigourney Weaver hips. And those Sigourney Weaver tits.
When it's raining, when it's raining,
So smooth. So much sweat. Sigourney Weaver. So much sweat. Don't scared of that alien. I'm not again.
In walks Steve Buscemi. Got some ketchup on his hands.
Turn me up in your greens.
When the sun beats down on my face, I need a slice of lime. Oh, and the sun caresses my shoulders like Ridley Scott.
Do you know how to spot fake news in your news feed?
Take your eyeballs off of it. What a pretty little treat, pretty little feed, pretty little news feed. Don't do it. Get a little pressure on you.
Do I apply pressure to my eyeballs?
Learn your facts.
Alternative sex.
Tendrin.
Think analytically.
Conspiracy theory.
You won't believe what these celebrities look like now.
Think once or twice.
Some of them are dead.
JQ Belly.
Lotion to the affected area. Do not
put your underpants on backwards for one day. Have you tried partying lately?
Get loose.
Wrestling.
fuck.
That's that. That's gonna be interesting.
Shit. Now's when the music plays for the end of the show.
ワン、 time Patrick Bennett switched the letters on a lighted sign to red. Come means the penis-weighted beard.
We should use that as like a quote, like a review.
Who would want to hear that shit?
There was still 10 minutes left of the thing, and I just turned the shit off.